3 bedrooms, 1 level with a great meadow view and gorgeous Saddle Lake Farms. Colleen and David Black, Keller Williams Realty. Call on Colleen.
This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday, the 19th day of November. James Spann here. What a beautiful day today. If you like this weather, you'll like the forecast tomorrow. Over the weekend, it's going to rain, but where and how much? Let's see if we can answer those questions. Let's go right to the Alabama Gulf Coast. Boy, that looks nice. Cloudless sky, beautiful fall day. That's from the Phoenix All Suites looking down over the public beach and the hangout. Fall is a wonderful time of the year to be down there. How about a nice shot there coming from the Skycam on the campus of the University of Montevallo. Not a cloud in the sky there in Shelby County. And look at that deep blue sky in Russellville. Boy, that's nice. That's up in northwest Alabama's Franklin County. As expected, the upper low that brought the clouds around yesterday, that is now well to the north, near Chicago, and weakening. And as that loses the influence on the weather, we'll be in pretty good shape tomorrow. Again, we'll start the day probably in the 30s, wind up in the 60s, much like today. Numbers this afternoon, mostly in the low 60s, although a couple of spots are still hanging in the upper 50s. We're expecting mid-60s tomorrow. And rain for the next 5 days, valid through Tuesday morning of next week at 6 o'clock. No doubt that the heaviest rain will be over the southern half of the state with our Gulf system. The big question is the northward extent, and there is increasing confidence it will rain here over the northern part of the state, primarily Saturday night. In fact, let's get right to it. We'll look at the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at noon tomorrow, noon Friday. What's left of the Chicago upper low is rolling through New York State, and we note that vortex around the Rio Grande, and that is going to bring rain to parts of the eastern half of Texas and the Texas coastal plain, and that's the one that we'll be dealing with over the weekend. We'll go to Saturday. The core shortwave is over Louisiana, and down below, midday Saturday, heaviest rain, Louisiana and southwest Mississippi. Potential for some rain up into this part of Alabama. We think any rain during the day Saturday will be relatively light, but look at Saturday night. The GFS continues to trend farther north. They've got the surface low really just north of Mobile, and that's got a really nice swath of rain through north and east Alabama. So really each run has looked wetter, and accordingly we'll certainly have to ramp up the chance of rain. That's midnight Saturday night, by the way. So we'll mention a chance of rain starting Saturday afternoon, rain becoming more widespread Saturday night, and even Sunday, that surface low is still hanging around here, and the model still has some rain in here. So we're going to have to go more pessimistic in our forecast for Sunday with clouds and some risk of rain, especially Sunday morning. And Monday, it's all gone. And let's take it day by day through Thanksgiving week as we get set to take a little time off with family and friends. That sounds good, doesn't it? Oh boy, look at Tuesday. The strong digging negative tilt shortwave that the model showed blowing through here a few days ago, well, it's there, but it's way north of here now. And if that's right, nothing happens on Tuesday. That suggests we stay dry. Wednesday, dry and pleasant weather. It's cold up north, but there's really nothing to get it down here. And even Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, the GFS is not as aggressive with this upper trough, and they move it very quickly. And accordingly, Thursday will have cool air advection. Thanksgiving Day, that would suggest maybe highs in the 50s, but again, not as cold as runs we have earlier seen that would keep us in the 40s. And all of a sudden, Friday, that cold air's gone. You know, for a while it looked like Iron Bowl Day might be a cold day. Well, this is suggesting, forget that, we'd be up in the 60s if this is right. So that's why we call it voodoo land, anything beyond 7 days. There's not much skill in a specific forecast. And again, this could change again because this is beyond 7 days. This is a week from tomorrow. But one way or the other, consistency is very good that Thanksgiving and the day after will be dry. Temperatures, debatable. But that looks like a wonderful day. We'll go out there to the 2nd of December. Look at the trough rotating through here. That looks cold. And again, this is voodoo. We all know this could vanish in future runs. But remember, it is very cold over the state of Alaska. And that certainly gives some credibility to the idea of maybe this happening. A sharp shot of cold air coming in with even some hint of moisture there, just flurries. And on the 5th, 3 days later, still very cold looking over the east. And look at the cold air flooding much of the nation right there, if that's right. And again, that would be the Arctic air that's over Alaska now flooding the United States. So for that reason, we certainly think early December could be pretty brisk and chilly. And we'll certainly be watching for trends here in future runs. That's it for the Weather Extreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on TV this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.
Each day, there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.